Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Report has it that Ebony was carried out of palace in tears and confusion, her body shaking as people whispered whether she was truly sick or only pretending. The news had spread quickly that, the Lions Council had openly rejected her urinopemi ritual, dismissing it as invalid and unworthy of consideration. All her beggings, the pleas from her family, and the voices of those who tried to appeal on her behalf had failed. The council was firm and their message was clear. This ritual would not stop the next stage of it, was the second action that was scheduled to hold, today. Okay, yes, that is scheduled to hold today. When Ebony had the decision, she broke down completely. Some said her body pressure, shot up. Others said she fainted from shock. And some even believed she was faking it to buy more time before the second action would be carried out. But the sight of her being rushed to the hospital made the situation heavy because whether real or not, the timing was too close to be ignored. The palace was divided. Some people were openly mocking her, whispering that this was a tactic she had planned once she saw that no one was listening to her anymore. They said she knows what she is doing. She knows everything that it's not true. A lot of people actually saying, she's just faking it. But of course, I do know that when people are under that kind of pressure, things can actually happen. So, as we are hearing what is going on, they say when Ebony had the final decision that the Runokpemhi ritual, please, Delara, you people should forgive me now. When I go to the comment section, I see the way some of you are bashing me. I am like, oh, Biko, I used to beg you guys now with this pronunciation thing. And I see the way some people are just correcting me with love. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, I am begging you. You're making me self even to pronounce the word the way I can pronounce it. I don't want, like now, I wanted to say Irino Kwame. I don't want, maybe I'll just call it Irino. Okay, so they said the ritual that she did not go, that Kabiyesi, that is the thing now with Kabiyesi right now. The thing is that when he makes a decision, it's very difficult to turn that decision around. And that is where he is right now. And I think that is the more reason why these women should begin to listen and understand that he is not playing with anybody. Do not play with what God has given to you, because when you continue to do these things, you're playing with what God has given to you. That is what it means, okay? And so don't do that. People should learn how to value the things that God has given to them. Yes, people should learn how to do that, because if you do not do that, well, anything could happen, and that very great thing that God has given to you could be taken away. They say when Ebony had the decision, she broke down completely. Some said her blood pressure shot up. Others said she fainted from shock, and some even believe in fact, a lot of things, so many different things that people are saying, okay? There are people who are even insisting that she was actually sick, that the weight of rejection, shame, and fear of what would happen next had broken her spirit. They reminded people that she had invested everything into preparing her ritual, and also she's invested everything into being in that marriage. Now, when you look at the way that she goes about talking about the Lion of Oduduwa, and the things that she says from time to time, the way she praises the king, the way she talks about the love that she feels for the king and all of that, you will see that this is a woman that maybe actually loved the king so well. But of course, her level of jealousy will not allow her, tolerate the dynamics of kingship, okay? Now, as a traditional king, you are entitled to marry as many wives as possible, and nobody has a right to stop you. And again, I'm wondering why she would want to put herself in that situation, even when she was saying that she kept speculating that it was because, our Jewel heard that the Lion was going to marry other wives that made her to leave. And now, she never thought that it should be a problem to our Jewel, even though our Jewel had said time and time again that that was very far from what happened. But right now, as we are hearing what is going on, they said the level of jealousy is not letting her, see anything else. She just wants to be there. And one person that she doesn't want to see in that life, in the life of the lion, is the jewel. And it's not even possible. And they said this is the reason why she is not even able to bear, anything. Because you yourself, you ought to have known that should you continue in this trajectory, you'll be thrown out. Inside the palace, the conversation was heated. The Lions Council remained unshaken. They said whether Ebony was in the hospital or not, it was a must continue. The second asking is not something that could be postponed because of one person's breakdown. It is a ritual with a timetable, and the elders had already prepared themselves. They reminded everyone that the first asking had already been done in front of the 14 elders, and tradition required that the second one follows without delay. If Ebony is not ready, that's her problem. The problem of the palace, that's her problem, not the problem of the palace or the tradition that it will go through. This is what they are saying. But Ebony's family members were very restless and emotional. Some of them went, the begging intensified, that they even went to go and see, the lion's father to beg again, to see what can be done if the lion's father can intervene. That they also begged the brothers of the lion to see if they can also intervene. That the begging was not small. Everybody crying and begging as, Ebony stays in the hospital. They said some of them went to beg the same, Dr. Sapphire, pleading that she should convince the Lions Council to wait to at least give Ebony some breathing space. But the truth was many of those close to the lion were tired of what they called Ebony's games, okay? So many people who are close to the lion are saying that she's playing the same game she's been playing the entire time. Right there in the hospital, should the lion make a fundamental decision concerning Ebony, concerning the jewel, concerning Sapphire, or concerning Adetutu, Ebony will not be sick again. She'll get up and she'll start fighting the lion. So the thing is that, when somebody has that kind of temperament, you already, that there's nothing you can do to solve the problem. You will do everything that is within your power to ensure that you clip the wings of that person, which is exactly what the lion and his council are doing right now. As we are hearing, they say it's not a small problem, that it's been begging galore. Everybody's begging, and they say Ebony is hospitalized right now. Let one thing happen now. Let her even hear that the lion is traveling to the UK in that private jet with the jewel today. She will jump out of that hospital. She will attend a function. She will go there and dance and all of that. And so everybody knows her modus of operation, and nobody believes that she is telling the truth. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged rumors, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.